It's hard to be able to truly say it, but I'm different than any superstar that's ever done it now. It's always been, and I was told this early on, like in order to really like go to the next level, and I don't consider myself at the next level by any means. There's still like plenty of rungs to grab and plenty of levels to get to. But I wanted to be the first guy who could do both, as opposed to, and I know John did, and he did it his way, but to really be able to do both and like damn near lead a movie and then also still, main event a pay-per-view and to have that type of responsibility because there's a lot riding on that. I do understand, there's insurances and all different things behind it.
Yeah.
But to be able to hold that type of responsibility and to be able to juggle both, I think that's something that this generation, and hopefully I'm one of the first to be able to do it. So I don't want to stop being a WWE superstar in order to wear other hats. I'm always going to be a WWE superstar. I'm always going to be Roman Reigns. And I don't want to ever have to
choose.
Yeah, I don't feel like
You don't have to.
I don't. Well, I feel like in the past people
I
had
think
to make
in the
that
past,
decision.
for
yeah.
sure, yeah.
But
I
don't-
also think there was a different perspective.
Sure.
You
yeah.
know,
Well, we're in a different place. The
Yeah,
business is in.
the business has
we've
evolved.
and grown. So yeah. But that's kind of where I'm trying to be ahead of the curve, and then also, this isn't a business thing, but it's a personal thing. It's the most personal thing, but really being able to balance home and road life. That's a
key priority.
that's a puzzle to figure out for a young performer traveling the world.
Trying to make it.
100%. Yeah. I mean, the carrot's dangling and you're just constantly chasing it, and you're tunnel visioned on it. But to be able to, be a professional in both regards, be a professional in your personal life too,
Yeah. Well, and kudos to you for being able to do that and for recognizing that, because it's something when I was interviewing John Cena that he talked about, that he said was a lesson he had to learn the hard way. And with his first wife, they'd be sitting at the coffee table, and if the office called and needed him, he'd be like, okay, bye.
Yep.
And that was it.
Yep.
And it unfortunately didn't work out, because he prioritized differently.
Yep.
But you clearly prioritize your family, and everybody knows you as a family man. And I think that's an incredible reputation to have that not many, men in your position especially have. And it speaks to your character and who you are. And I think that's very rare. And I think it's awesome.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah. I mean, well, I followed like John was the man before me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So having someone who never said no, always available, phoners in an hour, yep, I'm on it. You know what I mean?
And that sets the example then, though,
That
for
set
what
the
you
tone.
want.
That was
yeah.
the standard, and I was the guy that was supposed to follow this up. And I did my best for as long as I could, but at the end of the day, I had to just be true to me. I had to be authentic to who I was, and then also, like this place needed me to be a superstar, not one of the boys. So I had to like figure that out as well, and find that happy medium of, okay, this serves everybody, but it's right for me and it's authentic to me and who I am. And at the end of the day, if we want to have something original, if we want to have something organic and that's never been done before, I can't emulate somebody else. I have to do it my way, respectfully, but it's got to be mine,
And how do you get to that place? Because I think it's very rare for somebody to be able to take that step back and say just that, right? I'm going to do it my way and deliver the best I possibly can everywhere, right? But I have to be true to myself, and I'm going to be one of one, and I'm going to be an original. Like, that's a huge risk to take.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think you have to get to the point where you're willing to bet on yourself. You have to be prepared. And that's what this place did to me, is it prepared me in every facet to get to the point where I was standing at the edge of the cliff and like, I don't care if I got a parachute. I'm going to fly one way or the other. I'm not going to, if I jump, it's not going to be the end. I know that. So it wasn't blind faith, you know what I mean? Because I knew I had the 10,000 hours. I knew that I was right there, just on the cusp of doing something special. And once I had that, then I had proof of concept. Then I have like, no, it's real. I did it. I can do it again. But I think you have to prepare yourself and you have to put the work in. At the end of the day, you have to put the reps in. You have to grind it out. You have to get your 10,000 hours, and you have to kind of get close to a mastery of what you're trying to do before you can truly go all in on it.
And you talked about the 10,000 hours. That's Malcolm Gladwell, right? You could be an expert, and if you do it for 10,000 hours.
Sure, yeah.
You know. But preparation and putting in the work, I'd love to know, because I've never actually seen somebody prepare the way that you do for a role. Like the way you get into character, how seriously you take it, the thought that you put into it, the look, the way you make your body look. I mean, just everything I think is such a different level. And you spoke to it, obviously, but what are the keys to, you know, helping someone else be prepared? What is the process? What do you think through when you're getting ready to do anything big?
I'll just speak on what we do. I mean, a lot of it for me is just kind of based off of what we are just speaking about, is having the experience. And this isn't going to be great advice for someone who's day one or week one. But having the experience of doing something for a long time, and then once you've done something over and over and over, it gets broken down into a full, like, structured day, right? Of, okay, I got to do this thing and then that thing and then this thing. And the first time you're thinking about this thing and that thing and this thing and that thing, but then once you've done it enough, I no longer think about this thing because that's just,
Now it's
that's
second
done.
nature.
Yeah. And then that thing, we've already kind of made that a process and a system, so we don't think about that. And then that other deal over there, we delegated it, so now that's not even on my plate. And so you get, like, where you've done things so many times, you know how to clean it up. Make it like when we're talking, when we do our promos, I'm always thinking, like, how do I tighten it up because I'm so wordy? How do I make it more concise, to the point, so I'm not lulling? How do I get, you know, and then have another good point to, like, serve that, you know?
And even the looks you give, you know, and the timing of it.
Yeah.
Like it's, and the time in between of a silent pause, and how you can actually just bring the crowd in, and it's just a look. You know, like how much do you think about that in advance, or is that just a feel when you're out there?
That used to be stuff I would think about, but it kind of, like, to compare it to something, when I first started wrestling, like in the Shield, and I would watch the film, like, of when we were in the ring, I would watch every step. Every single step. Like, my wife wouldn't be able to watch it back with me because it would rewind.
Annoy her so much.
I would watch it like I watch it
Yeah.
like football tape, and, like, but we didn't have, like, the good
Right, yeah,
the
yeah,
good
yeah.
film stuff. So, like, I'd miss the rewind, and then I'd, like, oh god, I had to, sorry, hold on, one more time. But I would just keep watching that.
There's no scrolling.
I'd be like, why does that take that step? Why did I do that with my arm? I'm so, like,
Meticulous.
precise and
Yeah.
meticulous on all these little things that I saw. And I would do the same thing with, like, my facial expressions. And your dad used to be like, God, don't do that so much. Like, your face can be too expressive sometimes. And it can be. And sometimes I have to reel it in and make it a little less. But that just became a system to where we don't think about it now. Now I've been in enough, you know, environments. I've been in enough, you know, segments to where I've probably done that type of look before, and if I haven't, I'm excited about giving a new look. You know what I mean? Like,
Blue
this is
steel,
something- yeah, exactly.
Was that what it was? You saw
But
it here.
Brock music, yeah. Cut that, cut it.
That's the clip.
But,
I
like,
saw the person.
Yeah, that's when Brock's music goes off. That's the face right there, the Zoolander look. But yeah, those just become instincts, and they become experiences that become instincts, and I just try to rely on those. I try to trust them.
Isn't that the whole point of doing all the preparation, right?
Yeah.
It's doing the reps over and over and over again, so it becomes second nature. So when you're in the moment, you don't have to think, you just react.
You can say fuck it and
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
You know, that's I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Like, do it, rep it out, rep it out. Don't let your brain get too far in front of you, and then at the end of the day, it's time to jump. Let's go. You know,
Yeah.
what happens, and, you know, it's in God's hands now, and we always hope for the best. say your prayer and then get in there and do it. You know? Yeah.